All right, guys, we're live. Ghost, how's everybody doing today? Hope
Doing great.
good. I hope everybody out there had a really good time. We'll take a little time and let some people come in if they're going to be joining. There's some, you know, kind of the way it goes. Wanted to just start off by saying hello to some of the people in the chat right now. Brenda, B Charming, Professor Falcon, CBs, Prep for it. There's a guy in here named Ghost Prepper, man. Who is that guy?
He's just sneaking around.
Yeah, he kind of sneaks in on you, don't he? Got
Yeah.
Bug Dude, Joe Morgan, the Milkmaid. Milkmaid's doing chores, running late. Is our chores ever caught up, man? I mean,
No.
you know what I'm saying? Seems like we're never caught up. There's Gardner Josh in here, Ruben D. How are all of y'all doing? And I'll tell you, I'm a Huckleberry. I'm your Huckleberry. How's it going? Thank y'all for joining in. Hey, I just wanted to say, there's I don't know, there's been a lot of crazy stuff going on and everything, and tonight one of the things we're going to do is we're just going to start off. We're going to kind of talk about our little weekend, kind of real quick, and kind of let a few more people join in. And there's a lot of crazy stuff going on, and we're going to talk tonight about how to prepare yourself for these crazy times. And this goes a little deeper into, we've been talking about a lot of stuff, canning and all these different things, but we're going to go a little deeper into this tonight. And y'all hang around. I'm telling you, y'all are going to enjoy this. We're going to get in depth. So Ghost, you've been streaming like a crazy person, man. Just all over the place, man.
Yeah, I've been busy. I've been to Australia this week. I've
Right?
been over at Prep Forts. I've been putting in some hours, man. Putting some miles on my butt. And then hell, we did like I did the two streams last night because I accidentally hit the wrong button and shut the first one down, and I think it was like 4.5 hours.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a busy night. It was a good night though. We had fun canning. It turned out real good.
Heck yeah. Well, so we're look at there. We got 43 people in here. Hey, man. Well, let's go ahead and get with it. What do you think?
Sounds good to me.
All right. So the title of the stream is, it's important. Do you mind? And where I was going with that is, how much of your mind are you prepared? How much of this do you really prepare in your mind? There was a while back that Ghost and I was on a live stream, and one of the questions that was posed to us was, what was the number one important prep? Man, we both just without hesitation was water. You remember that, Ghost?
Oh yeah.
And I don't disagree with that when it comes to material things. Now, I thought about that question a lot, and I started really thinking about in depth into that question. I like to think. I like to try to make people think. So I really started looking into the whole um, question of what is the most important prep, and I got to thinking about it, and I was like, it's really your mind. I mean, if you really think about it, your mind is the most important prep that you've got. Because if you don't believe me in that, just think of when you practice and you learn something. Where's that knowledge stored at? It's stored in your mind. That's where you learn things. You store that knowledge. Okay, let's take the canning thing for instance. You know, the first time you started to can, you were scared. You know, I mean, man, you're worried about the thing blowing up and, you know, just whatever. You know, people were scared. Well, once you start canning and you start learning, you start getting that knowledge, you know, of how to do it properly, you know, and the first time that you eat something that you canned and you don't get sick and you know you did it correctly, you know, that's a form of preparing your mind into what's coming, you know. Now, you know, I keep talking about at the end of my videos, and I keep mentioning, you know, when you prepare your mind properly, all else falls into place. Well, you know, think about it. You know, that falls into, you know, actually canning and getting it done and eating the stuff that falls into prepping your mind, because now you know you can do this properly. So now you're at ease with this. So what do you what's your thoughts on some of that,
I
Ghost?
mean, it's a very valid point. I mean, your mental health is going to be very, it's going to need to be on top of its game in a SHTF type situation, or a grid down or anything like that, or even something not as bad, even like, say, job loss, or maybe your relationship, you breaking up with your wife or your girlfriend or your boyfriend or something like that. I mean, if you're not mentally on your game, that stuff kind of takes a toll, and it can make you lose focus on the big picture and the preps. Like, it actually kind of goes back to what I was talking about the other night about you know, you got to stay focused, don't get distracted by all this craziness that's going on, and that's all
Right.
part of the mentality. And I mean, then you can stretch it out to your family members. I mean, what if you have somebody that's actually on some kind of medication that helps with their mental acuity, you know? And what happens if you can't get a hold of that medication? You know,
Right.
there can be some big time issues there.
Right on, right on. Well, you know, and that's the thing about it in today's world. You know, the SHTF is we all keep talking about preparing for. You are right, man. That it the SHTF does not mean necessarily Mad Max, Thunderdome, everything. You know, you're chasing each other across the desert kind of thing. I mean, it can be just as simple as a job loss, man, which ain't simple. You know, job loss can be very devastating to you. You know, it can you know, a major injury, man. You know, what if you're out there, you know, working on the side of your house, and you're up on a ladder and the ladder breaks, slips, whatever, you break your leg and you got to have surgery on it. You know, that's a SHTF situation, you
Yeah,
know, because now you're down and out, you know, brother. I mean, you know, and you know, natural disasters, man. I mean, how quickly a natural disaster can come up on you, you know, um, you know, and some other things like that, you know. So, you know, these are some of the things that we have to start to take into consideration in preparing your mind for this kind of stuff. So, like, let's say, you know, there was the pipeline hack caused
right.
gas shortages, you know, and you know, and you know, the next time it could be electrical grid, whatever. You know, you lose power. You know, how prepared are you for that? You know, and when we start to talk about these things, you know, the first thing people say is, "Oh man, I've got food, I got a generator, you know, I've got this, I've got that." I mean, you know, we all are prepared, right? I mean, we know, you know. So, you know, you got, what about candles? You know, do you make sure your cell phone is charged up? You know, when you know there's a storm approaching. You know, do you when you see the weather and you're like, oh man, there's going to be a storm here in a couple of hours, do you walk over there and plug your cell phone in and go ahead and charge it up in case there's a power outage at your house? You still got your cell phone, and if you still got cell phone signal, you can still pay attention to where the storm's going. You know what I'm saying? These
Yeah.
kind of things, you know, these are some of the things that, you know, is mentally preparing for these kind of things, you know, of knowing what to do in a disaster, you know, or if a disaster is approaching.
Yeah. And you can even take it a step further because as preppers, or whatever term people like to use, if you're talking about being prepared mentally or even physically, people are trying to prepare their water, prep their food, prep their security devices, prep their home, their garden, their vehicles. Yet you're dancing in a real dangerous area, because there's a thing. I mean, you can over prep and basically blow a fuse in your mind if you're trying to go at 100% on everything. I just kind of take your time, take it a day at a time. Don't let it just, don't blow a gasket, but be prepared to be prepared. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like, you don't know what's going to happen. Nothing may happen. Two things may happen at once. We may get hit by a big old rock falling from the sky. We don't know, but just be ready to be ready.
Right on. Exactly. I mean, that's kind of the thing, and that's as we go into this stream, we're going to dig into a lot of these things, and here's one of the things that, talking about, one of the things to prep, are you, do people out there, do you get glued to the TV? Are you getting stressed out at, do you're watching all this stuff? Do you, the thing that you got to understand is that all the preps in the world, they won't help you if you don't prep your mind properly. One is by using your preps. One way to prep your mind properly is by using your preps. Ghost, you talk about how you eat, your cans, them are your preps, and then you can more, you keep them cycling out, and you figure out when you eat one of your preps, you go, man, this tasted all right, but this could have used a little more of this. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I could have done this a little different. This is preparing your mind. And a lot of people don't equate. I don't think they equate the thing of doing your normal preps as prepping your mind. Because I can go out and I can buy a ton of stuff, but if I don't know how to use it, I don't know if it works. Am I really preparing my mind for this stuff? So it's all right, baby. Go ahead. You can. My daughter was they just got back from the grocery store. So eating and replacing your food preps, using your filter system, your water filter system, knowing several ways to start fires, things like that. These are ways that you prepare your mind, and knowing that everything works and how to use it properly. It puts your mind at ease. You're preparing your mind for that disaster when that disaster does hit.
And I mean, it's, in my mind, prepping is a non-ending concept. I mean, you can never, ever, ever be prepared. You can never, ever, ever be fully prepared. You can't prepare for everything, for every possible scenario, every possible natural disaster. But what you can do is prepare to be ready for anything.
Right. Well, so go ahead.
I was just going to say, because you can never have enough water. You can never have enough food. You can never have enough knowledge, but you can be ready.
Right. Well, and here's the thing. Let's go back to last year. Okay. And we all, there's a bunch of us in here and a bunch of us that hang out, around us and stuff. We kind of some of us dig into them rabbit holes and things like that. Some do, some don't. Some talk about it, some don't. Things like that. Well, here's some facts. Okay. I did a lot of research today for this stream, and because I wanted to bring some real knowledge to y'all tonight about prepping your mind and the things that are going on in the world today. Okay. To trigger a nervous breakdown in someone, these are some of the things that you can apply. You know, these are some of the steps that you do. Now, listen to what I tell y'all and think about 2020. You force your victim into an itemized existence. Second, forbid them from activities that give them joy. Third, rid them of their job and destroy their daily routine. Don't let them leave the confines of their home. And to add more fear, which helps with that control, is you could add in that thing of the possibility of economic collapse, food shortage, product shortage, you know, the toilet paper, fuel, so on. I mean, you think about these things that they have done in 2020 to cause fear. You know what I'm saying? I mean, does that not sound like the exact way that I just described? And you know, the thing about it is all I did was look up on the internet is I looked up how to trigger a nervous breakdown. These are the steps that came up. I mean, dude, it's textbook. You know what I'm saying? Yep. I mean, look. I mean, everything I just said is what exactly happened in 2020, right?
Yeah. Yep.
You know, like in a crisis, you know, it can play out on a countrywide scale, even down to the local level, and maybe even down to just yourself, you know, your immediate family. You know, when a crisis leads to a rapid change in your daily routine, it can be distorting. You know, it can distort a lot of the things that is going on. It can cause you to question, you know, if things will turn back to normal or not. You know, think about how many times we've heard that, back to normalcy, or is it ever going to go back to normal? You know, these are all textbook ways of getting us out of our routine, of getting that control over us. You know, there was a psychiatrist, you know, now a lot of this stuff, man, guys, I've been looking up stuff, and I watch a channel called Academy of Ideas. And this Academy of Ideas, they talk about a lot of these things, and it's a really good channel to go and watch. And it's just discussion. You know, there's that. I mean, they show some pictures and stuff, but it's more about listening to what they're talking about, and it's about the whole fact of preparing your mind. You know, and getting your mind right for a lot of this stuff. So what, you know, Ghost, I mean, so you were in the military. They trained y'all a lot, right?
Yeah, a lot.
I mean, well, so
there's a huge mental aspect to it. Anybody that's been through basic training, you don't really understand it until you complete it and you realize what they did to your mind. You know, it ain't about the physical, it's about the mental. I mean, you can join basic training, you can join the Army tomorrow and not be able to do one single push-up. But as long as you can mentally handle it, you'll pass. They'll get you in shape. You know, it's all about the mind. It's all about breaking you down and building you back up.
Right on. And see, so you can equate that to what happened in 2020. You know, they're trying to break you down and build you up into taking assistance, you know, yeah. Moving us all into the whole thing of, you know, the Great Reset and all this stuff, man. I mean, it's so textbook. It's almost scary of how many people are falling into it, you know.
Yep.
There was a psychiatrist named Michael Mahoney, and he said one of the things he wrote was, it's not easy to maintain a coherent sense of identity, self-worth, or competence in the face of multiple and chronic challenges to old patterns. And man, I really stopped. I really stopped to think about that, and I was like, man, that's exactly what they have done is they have they have made it not easy to maintain that coherent identity that we have today because people are questioning. They throwed us all off of our game, right? I mean, think about it, man. I mean, could you imagine being one of them people that was walked into a store? Because see, this didn't happen here, but I do know that people walked into the store, dude, and the garden section was roped off.
Yeah.
Could you imagine walking in there and that mental thought, Ghost?
Yeah, that you can't grow your own food.
Yeah. Man. Oh, Rip Curl, man, thank you. My first super chat, y'all. Wow. I'm humbled. Rip Curl, thank you so much, dude. Dad and Grandpa. Rip Curl, you ain't right. I gotta see. I'm new at this game, so I gotta do this right here.
Oh, yeah.
Rip Curl, thank you so much, dude. That's freaking awesome, man. I'm very humbled by that. I really am. Man, I love this YouTube community, man. I love YouTube. I love doing this stuff, man. I love passing the knowledge. I love learning the knowledge, man. I learned so much from so many people, and it's really cool, So, without that coherent sense of identity or that self-worth that I was talking about,
Yeah.
Man, your world around you it starts to turn more chaotic, right? I mean, you'll buy into things easier. You know what I'm saying? It's more of you'll buy into things easier because you will be searching for something to identify with. Because you've lost your, oh my God.
Zonnie, Bigfoot, nailing it.
Oh my God, dude, y'all gonna make me cry right here on the freaking show, man.
Awesome, awesome.
Dude, thank y'all so much, man. Wow. Dude, I don't even know how to act. Man, I'm so humbled, guys. Y'all are freaking awesome, man. Thank y'all so much. Dude, I love you guys so much. I really do. I say this all the time, man, and I mean it. I'm freaking, man, I mean, I love doing this stuff, man. I love being involved with all of this, because y'all, man, I've learned so much from Ghost. I've learned so much from Bigfoot, Lake Fairy, from Zon. Man, just reading Gardner Josh. Gosh dang, man, thank you so much. Y'all trying to throw me off my game now. That's what y'all are doing.
They're messing with your mental preparedness.
Right? Golly, man. Thank y'all so much, guys. Jesus. Wow.
You don't even remember what you were talking about.
That's why I take notes. Because I take notes and I really worked on this stream tonight really hard, guys, because I really wanted to pass out some knowledge of mental preparedness because, man, I really feel very deeply strongly about the fact that all the preps in the world is not going to help you if you're not mentally prepared for it. Yep. Goes back to what you were saying with the military thing, man. That's, I mean, is that not truth in the mental prepare? Oh my gosh,
Angela Bowles.
Golly,
she's awesome.
Man, y'all are so awesome.
Yeah, but like the military aspect of it, I mean, I'll be quite honest with you and everybody else in the chat. When this whole stay-at-home order, whatever you want to call it, lockdown thing happened, it didn't really faze me. I mean, I don't really. I'm not a social kind of person. I didn't stop doing what I wanted to do. I went to the stores. I if I want to do something, I just did it. I didn't slow down a bit, but it's so it really, I don't care. It didn't affect me. You know what I mean? I could see people freaking out and getting crazy, and you got to, wrap your face up to do this and that and the other. And I'm like, so what? Just if I go to a store and I just don't want to wear it and they're like, oh, you got to have it, I'll just go to another store. Big deal. I'm not going to get all upset about it and get all out of sorts, But I mean, I take it seriously. I have concerns, but I'm not going to live in fear. That's part of prepping. If you're living in fear, you got issues. You need to work on that. That's what you need to prep. You need to get out of that fear zone. I mean, look how many people for the last 14, 15, 16 months have been basically shut in with no friends, no family, no nothing. They got to be going nuts. So I'm just not going to do that. I refuse to do it.
I'm having to take a second, brother. I'm sorry, man. I worked so hard on this stuff, man. I'm telling you, man, I look forward every day to seeing these live streams and seeing people's videos and man, you guys are freaking awesome, man. God dang, I love y'all so much, man. I'm serious. All right. Prepared mind. Here's where we're going to get back into it, man. We're going to give these people what they deserve, okay? And that's knowledge. So the thing about it is that one of the things that you got to start doing is you got to start organizing yourself. When you organize yourself, you're going to be able to organize the world around you. You're going to be able to understand the things going on around you, but you've got to get yourself organized first. If the shocks around your life are serious enough, I mean, seriously, it, and, it gets hard to find a way to take it all in, it gets hard to take in the things that are going on around you because so much is happening today. Think about all the things that are happening. And it can start to lead you towards a psychological breakdown. If you really think about it, due to the, oh my God.
Tiger blowing it up.
I'm going to, wow. Y'all are not.
And you hit 100 in the stream. You get 100 in the chat. Exactly 100 people.
Oh, wow. Guys, thank y'all so much, man. I'm telling you, I've been working hard on this stuff. Before each one of our streams, I go and study this stuff, and I take down notes. Thank you so much, Tiger Fit 454. Wow.
G2 in the house. Look at there.
Oh my gosh. Dude, I'm going to pass out, man. Man, thank y'all so much, man. Ghost, go ahead, man. I need a second, man. Sorry.
We're going to sit and watch you cry like a little girl.
Well, I appreciate it. Wow.
Well, you ain't been this upset since you took a ride in the first Chevy.
Man, thank y'all so much, guys. Dude.
I'm your Huckleberry. Right. Just gave you a tissue, it looks like. Or is that a cat in a box? What is that? Yeah, it's a cat in a box. Yeah.
Guys, I do truly care, man. That's why I do work on this stuff so hard. Dude, I spent 4.5 hours today working. Pretty much, it was about 4.5 hours working on this. Working on this stuff. Wow. I got it, guys. I promise. I got this. All right, so you must start with organizing yourself in order to organize the world around you. Okay. So the shocks in your life and things just like this right here, when you prepare your mind properly, it can start to lead, if you don't prepare your mind properly, this stuff starts to lead you towards a psychological breakdown, which can, let me get this. Oop, there we go. It can start to lead you to a psychological breakdown, and due to the intense emotionality that is caused by the events around you, so it basically, again, being prepared, knowing your preps work and how to use them can help fight off some of the breakdown from the fear that is caused by the breakdowns in society around you. You know what I'm saying? I mean, these are some of the things that all these fears around you, man. If you start getting sucked into it, man, it can start to break you down. A couple of weeks ago, I had to take a couple of days break. Oh, Gray Man, dude, thank you so much,
Laura.
Oh, Laura. Oh, there it goes. My deal is jumping real bad over here.
Yeah, mine is too. I was wondering if that was everybody.
My computer's getting shook up and going and jumping around. Oh my God. Thank you so much. Oh,
Johnny Angel.
Dude, how am I supposed to even do this stream for y'all, man? Y'all are wow.
Ark Wild Man, Gray Man, what's going on? Susanna, hello, Susanna.
Man, this community is so freaking awesome, dude. I am so blessed to be a part of this community.
Southern Belle Teacher, hello. Ginger Ninja, Eddie Ray.
Stuart, Stuart says you better run a long stream to get out any of this info. Brother, I've got plenty of stuff here to wow. God, I'm getting the vapors.
Vapors. I ain't heard that in a while.
Did I say that out loud? I'm showing my age now.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Getting the vapors.
Getting the vapors, boy. Wow. So, all right. So, here's the thing. When you're looking at a situation, don't automatically panic, guys. Stuart, man, you guys, wow. I mean, y'all are, Stuart, you just wanted to try, you wanted to try to just go ahead and break that little straw, didn't you? And make me cry on right here on TV, didn't you? On the YouTubes. All right, so oh my gosh.
JH556.
Man, thank y'all. Thank you, JH. Man. Wow. That is a cool sticker too. Thank you so much. Thank y'all, really. Guys, all right, so when you get in when there's a situation, don't panic. Don't automatically just panic. The first thing you need to do is you need to stop and ask yourself, is this worthy of my deep thoughts? Will this pass? You know what I'm saying? Hey, Southern Belle, how's it going? Can I survive this? You need to ask yourself, is this crisis really worth the panic, the stress, or in reality, will this too pass? And will we be okay? I mean, think about all the things that you have seen in in your lifetime. I mean, really think about it. Think about the attacks that we have seen in our lifetime. I've got to be careful about what I say here. So I'm just going to say, hey, y'all remember that cool marathon, the Boston Marathon? And the bad thing that happened during that, man, that wasn't that horrible. You know what I'm saying? Man, at a blink of an eye, look at how disastrous that turned. You know, all the things that's happened in these schools. You know what I'm talking about without having to say it out loud. All the, you know, in these malls, in these movie theaters, natural disasters, plagues. The list goes. Oh, I'm gonna.
There it goes. Now you're done. G2 just nailed you to the wall.
Don't know what the vapors are.
The vapors. The vapors. I'm trying to remember what movie that was I seen it on the last time. It was in a movie. A lady said she was getting the vapors. I can't remember what it was, and I keep saying it. Vapors, the vapors.
I've got it marked down in my notes here, man.
There's a page.
I'm going.
There's a page you can go to. It shows everything. It's all saved by Google. I mean, by YouTube. There's a page in your analytics where there's a record of all this stuff.
Oh no, I'm not. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm saying I'm having to write down in my notes where I'm at, man.
Oh,
like I'm
Ohio.
like seriously like blown freaking out of the water.
Oh no, that's a good sticker. The fist bump. Nisi.
Nisi. Man, I truly love you guys, man.
Angel, bam.
Johnny. Oh my gracious, man. Y'all are freaking me out, man. Y'all are. Ghost, take over for a minute, brother. Come on, man.
Oh, let's see what we're talking about. We're talking about being mentally prepared and having your mind ready. Obviously, Mr. Backwoods was not mentally prepared because y'all just whooped his booty, which was awesome, by the way. But yeah, it's really important. I mean, it doesn't take much. I mean, the simple little things, a whole bunch of little things equal a big thing really, really quick. You know, when you pile on all this political stuff and all this racial stuff and tensions over bowling, and it just doesn't take much at all to really. You can watch somebody deteriorate pretty quickly from the mental aspect. It doesn't take long. You know, I've actually seen it happen to more than one person, one being actually a family member, and it takes a toll, and it's hard to come back from that. I mean, I mean, you basically just get drugged down the street by a truck, and it's hard to bounce back from that. So I just try not to get. How would you put it? I'm not trying to disconnect from everything, but I'm trying to just dial it way down. There's Prepper Tribe.
Prepper Tribe. Y'all people, y'all are so freaking beautiful, man.
Prepper Nerd.
I'm so blessed, man, to be in this community. I really am.
I really wish the chat would quit jumping so I can read them all.
I don't even know. I don't even know how to say thank y'all. Oh my gosh, Klingon. Y'all are killing me over here, man. Man, y'all got me all thrown off my game, man. I'm almost embarrassed of being thrown so far off my game, man. Jeez. I had been. I'm so humbled, man. I don't even know how to handle this hardly. All right, so where I was at, because I had to mark it down in my notes, man. Thank y'all so much. I love you guys, man. I love y'all so much, man. All right, so the natural disasters, plagues, the movie theater things, the schools, the malls, everything that is been going on over the years, you know, of your life. If you think about it, you know, every one of us has seen a lot. Man, we have seen a lot. And oh guys, y'all, dude, Guardsman, man, You, thank you so much, brother. All this stuff that we've seen happen, if you think about it, it's we're still here. We're still here.
Hmm.
And the thing about it is we've got to understand that there's going to be these disasters. There's going to be these plagues. There's going to be these things happen. We're still here. That's the important part of it. And you know, maybe some of these things affected you directly. Maybe you looked at some of these things that happened on TV, and you just seen it. It affected you a little bit emotionally. Maybe
Hmm.
it affected you personally. Because maybe you had a loved one there. Maybe you were actually there. Maybe you were the one that was there. You know, and it may take you a while emotionally to get over it. But it's the handling of that situation. That's what counts. That's the big thing that counts is when you prepare your mind in these kind of ways. That's you learn how to handle these situations just like this. I am blown freaking away by this. And I just want to just sit here and just freaking just I don't even know, but I've got to stay on point. I've got to get the information out to you guys because this is so important. And guys, I cannot tell y'all how much I am grateful to y'all. Wow. Um, one of the things that we got to understand is that, like when you got a nationwide crisis, the main part of the population will fear that the cause of the crisis. Think about look at how most are still acting, around the coup thing that happened in 2020. Think about how, um, just look at the fact of the gas pipeline. You
Hmm.
know, look at the fear that it has caused. And now think about this one because it goes on to a deeper level than just it goes on to a deeper level than just um,
Laura,
the
Laura Stewart, you got two
Laura.
more.
Oh wow! See, man, thank y'all so much. Thank you, Laura. Thank you, Stuart. Man, GT, all golly, guys,
Every
guardsmen, guys, prepper tribes, y'all, dude. I don't need. Oh my gosh. Okay, so so the what if has now become the fear from this gas pipeline shortage.
conservative patriot.
Conservative patriot. Oh. Dude, I've been hanging around conservative patriot for a long time. He's a good brother, man. That dude right there is straight up some some good people right there. Thank you so much, conservative patriot. He's been around for a while. I've been me and him's talked for a long time. Well, y'all keep throwing me off my game, man. And I saw somebody earlier say that this prepper ain't prepared. So, the what if is actually become the fear now. And think about this one, guys, because it moved from the pipeline and we were scared of the gas shortage, right? We were all worried about it. Then it moved over into the fear of what? Man, what if it's an electrical grid, electrical attack this next time? You
Hmm.
know, what if they attack a bigger portion of the pipeline next time and it's and we're all without gas. um no, I did not, milkmaid. I did not prepare my mind for this. I honestly had no expectation or clue that this would happen. I mean, I really didn't. I do this because I love you guys, man. I do this studying, because I care about getting the information. I I've gotten to know so many of y'all, man, and I care about y'all, you know, I really do. So no, I was not prepared for this.
Wendy S.
Boy, it jumped. See, Wendy S knows I'm still Patriot 3%er in the background. Thank you so much, Wendy S. Man, y'all are awesome. All right, so
Mad Max.
Oh, Mad Max. Mad Max, thank you so much, man, for the super sticker, man. That's freaking awesome. Hey, Bioxo, what's happening, brother?
Hugs and kisses. What's going on?
I love y'all so much, man. Just remember that. I mean that to the bottom of my heart. So what I wanted to say in all of this that we keep seeing, and all of them what ifs, do y'all want to realize? I want y'all to understand something, that the biggest threat in that fear is that it can cause you to lose control of your certainty and your sense of survivability and cause panic. So you see, preparing your mind is an essential way in your success in all of this. You know, so Terry Krause, thank you so much. Prayers honestly are freaking awesome. Stuart W, my chickens are actually doing really well, man. Jokers are hungry, man.
Shift Kicker's in the house.
Oh, Shift Kicker, what's up? I like that name.
Yeah.
I ever since the first time I seen that, it was like Shift Kicker. I was like, I like that, because I've got an old saying that I use, and I'm like, you know, the thing about it is you got to understand that life will kick the piss out of you. I always say, reach down there, pull them bootstraps up, and kick the piss out of it right back. You know, because you know, and again, that's in preparing your mind for this stuff, man. And yes, Johnny Angel, this is an absolute awesome family, man.
I'm still here.
This is an awesome community. Okay, so I'm gonna get a little bit deeper with y'all on this stuff, guys. I studied hard on this one. I really did. I studied hard for this live stream. Okay, what first must be recognized when things are going on, as counterintuitive as it may seem, is that a breakdown is not a descent into a more disarrayed state, a disordered state, but it's actually a real establishment of order at a maladaptive level. Okay, so yes, I did not know what maladaptive meant until today, and I looked it up, and you know, I started really looking into a lot of this stuff, and I heard that word, a maladaptive level, and I thought, what in the world what does that mean? You know, all right, it is not providing adequate or appropriate adjustments to the environment or situation. And I thought, man, that is really cool, you know. And I thought, you know, man, not providing adequate or appropriate adjustments, you know, so you know, to the environment or situation. And I thought, man, that is really cool. So, and then it got me to thinking, you know, and I started looking deeper into this, because I wanted to provide y'all with a lot of information. All right, so recognizing this maladaptive behavior is yourself is key, or recognizing this maladaptive behavior for yourself is key for prepping your mind properly. You must replace the
hugs and kisses.
Oh man, Did you get sunburnt? Oh
Oh,
man.
roasted. He got roasted. His legs
Oh,
were freezing
so
back.
man, I'm so sorry to hear that, dude. That sunburn just, dude, there. Oh man, that really. I'm gonna use a word just so I don't, because I don't know how far YouTube takes this stuff. It vacuums really bad. You know what a vacuum does? So man, you got nuked. I hate that, brother. Gosh dang. Oh, he is the color of your background. Oh, Bioxo, brother, I'm so sorry for that. Ooh, yes, use your sunscreen. And I'll tell you something about that too. I did read one time that I seen that somebody was saying when you go out and you know you're going to be out in the sun, set an alarm, set you a timer on your phone, and put on there, so when your phone goes off, you look at it, and you're like, oh, it's time to get into the shade for a little while. I did see that, by the way, so thought I'd pass that on now that Bioxo brought that up. So realizing this, recognizing this maladaptive behavior in yourself, it is key for Ghost.
Well, I got to get on it too.
Brother, thank you so much, man.
You're welcome, man.
I really enjoy doing these streams with you, man. I enjoy your content too, man. You put out a lot of good knowledge, man. You really do. You have a lot. You have a lot to offer. So you have to start to try to recognize this maladaptive behavior in your mind, and it's not providing adequate or appropriate adjustments, to the situations around you. And so what you need to do is you need to start to learn how to recognize this and replace these behaviors with a more productive ones. So one maladaptive behavior is daydreaming about real life events that cause disruptions in your daily life. You daydream, let's say, about pulling up to the gas station. Think about this: the gas situation that just happened. So you start to daydream about pulling up to a gas station, right? And you start thinking, man, there's no gas. What do I do? And I've got an emergency. You start daydreaming about these things, man. What if I got an emergency, man, and I'm going, there's no gas, man. I can't get there. What do I do? It starts to consume your mind, and you know it starts to take over, and it disrupts your day, man. It starts to getting you into negativity and negative thinking. It gets your spirits down. It gets, what I'm getting at, Ghost.
Oh yeah, it kind of it ties back into what was that was our topic on Friday, wasn't it? About the whole getting distracted too. It ties back into that, because if you're sitting around worried about what's going on over in this country and what's going on in that country and who's in charge of this boat and why things ain't working too good in that canal and what they're doing over in the other country, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's good to know what's going on. That's called intel. Information, on the other hand, is just somebody making noise. It's just a whole lot of something coming out of somebody's mouth that might not have any relativity whatsoever. But I mean, it's good to know what's going on in these places. But if it's not in your circle, if it doesn't directly affect you, and you're in a prepping mindset, hey, there's something going on over here. It could get bad, but I'm not going to dwell on it. I'm not going to sit here and just stew on it for 5, 6, 7, 8 days and just completely take me out of my game. You're not prepping if you're in front of the TV watching these awesome news channels that are on mainstream media. If you're stuck glued to that doom and gloom on TV all day long, you're not getting anything done. Your mental battery is being drained. So when it comes time to really be able to function and focus, you can't. Plus, you lost all that time and you can't get it back.
Right. I just got a text from one of my buddies, said, "Slow down, brother. You got this." He's one of my brothers from here that we're really good friends. Thank you for that. You know who you are. So, one of the things that exactly. So one of the things that we do to overcome them thoughts and them behaviors, and keeping yourself from, this is the teaching part of this. This is how we prep for this. Okay. So one of the things that you do is when you start to have them thoughts, slow down, think about it. Think about the extent of what may happen. Okay. So what you do is you say, okay, you hear that there's been a hack in the pipeline. Okay. You hear the snowpocalypse is coming. Remember back in the winter when, even down in Texas, man, they told you for days, this is going to happen. This is going to happen. And yet I seen people waiting until it started snowing and sleeting before they went to the store, and they're freaking out. And I'm like, just like, on Friday, as early as Friday is when we started hearing about this, the pipeline.
Yeah. We knew it was going to happen Friday.
Yeah. And it's still Monday and Tuesday, and people are like, what am I going to do about gas? My gas is on empty, And it's like, well, you knew about it Friday.
I told you Friday. I told
right
you Friday.
On, man.
Walk.
Right on. So here's the thing about that, man, is so you start to so what you do is how to keep yourself from getting into this irrational worry. Exactly. Rip Curl. It's also known as irrational worry, the what ifs, and it leads to a lot of indecision and inaction. Exactly, man. And that's the point I'm getting at, is that you start in these what ifs, and then you end up waking up on Monday and you realize, man, I've been caught up in this crap so much, I forgot to go get gas, and now I can't get any, So that's huh?
Do you realize my television isn't even plugged in?
Really?
I moved here in November, the end of October, and I've still never plugged it up.
Right.
Not gonna. Don't need it.
Well, see, here's where we're going to, we're going to talk about them things too, about your TVs and stuff. I've got some stuff on that too that we're going to get into in just a little bit. And so, ask yourself when you hear about the snowpocalypse coming, when you hear about the gas pipeline deal, you ask yourself, what is the most important things? What are the important things I need to do with gas? You know what I'm saying? You got to prioritize. And this is where you start to teach your mind when you see these situations. Exactly. How do you say that? Yeah. Be aware, prepare, and go on with life. Exactly. And that's the whole point of all this, is that, you slow down and you ask yourself, hey, all right, there's going to be a gas shortage. I know this. I'm going to go fill my tank up. I've got a fishing trip tomorrow. But I've got a doctor's appointment next week, and it's going to take me a quarter of a tank of gas to get to the doctor's appointment. It's going to take me a half of a tank of gas to get to the fishing trip. Doctor's important. The doctor visit is going to be very important to you. So, at that point, what you've got to do is you've got to prioritize and say, there's going to be a gas shortage. I don't want to leave myself with a quarter of a tank of gas, because what if there's an emergency and I've got to go, So, man, you might have to cancel that fishing trip this weekend, Boy, I don't even like saying that, man, because I love to go fishing, but at the same time, you got to prioritize, and you got to think, hey, man, is my 5 gallon can full when I'm going to go and top my vehicle off? So go ahead and take care of this. You hear the snow apocalypse is coming. Don't sit around and think, oh my God, man, are we going to be trapped for a month? Are we, all this stuff. Don't think about all that, guys and gals. What you need to do is you need to go and say, okay, look, it looks like it's going to be around at least a week. I know that on Sunday I do my shopping, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and buy next week's groceries. I'm going to go ahead and get them few dollars out from under the mattress, or spend the extra money on whatever I need to do. Man, even if you got to go and borrow 10, extra $20 or whatever, go ahead and get your normal staples. You know what I'm saying? Your bread, your milk, things that you were going to normally buy next week. Let's go ahead and buy them now. You see what I'm saying? This can help you with these maladaptive thought processes, that get you down, that takes away from what you should be doing. So these are some of the ways that you can overcome this stuff. And hey, Moonlight Gypsy, how's it going? So these are some of the ways that you can start to overcome these thought processes in your mind and mentally prepare for this, that will help you in getting, instead you're going to go down, you're going to take care of business, you're going to get your gas, you're going to go ahead and make sure your gas can's topped off, no big deal. You're going to cancel your fishing trip, or you was going to go visit a family member, or go visit some friends and hang out. You may have to cancel that stuff, and just prioritize and look at that and sit down and go, okay, well, you know what? I can't go visit my friends, or I can't go on that fishing trip. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull me up some reading material, and I'm going to study on how to make my tomato plants better. I'm going to study on how to the different ways of studying, or the different ways of storing up potatoes, because I'm growing potatoes. So I'm going to look at 2 or 3 different ways instead of going and spending that gas money. You see where I'm going with that? So these are ways in preparing your mind. I'm sorry I'm talking a lot, man. I'm excited, dude. Wow. Ghost, you got something, man? Go ahead, brother.
I'm just listening like everybody else. Keep going.
All right. So if you start to feel that your emotions, or whatever is you're starting to reach that fever pitch, you start to get that dread, that despair, that doom and gloom, what you need to do is the minute that you start to feel that, you've got to interrupt that process with something positive. You've got to go into, for instance, go into your pantry, where you keep your preps at, where you keep all your food storage at, and start looking at the greatness of the longevity of the food that you have, man. That, no matter what, man, the grocery store can run out for the next 6 months, but I've got food in there that I can feed my family with, So when you start getting these negative thoughts, these are some of the things that you want to do to prepare your mind for the bad situations that happen. Don't look at the whole thing of, your glass is half empty, man. No, it's half full. Don't let yourself buy into the doom and gloom. Maybe you love crossword puzzles, and you start to, you're in there and you're like, man, golly, look at it's gonna be a freaking gas shortage, man. I can't go fishing. I can't go do this. I can't go do that because I got to go to the doctor next week. I want to make sure I've got enough gas in my vehicle for in case there's an emergency, whatever it may be. Go in there again, keep the positivity going, keep, Go do a crossword puzzle, man, if that's the thing that brings you into a happy place, um, bury yourself in that kind of stuff, and to looking at your preps. Hey, you know what? When's the last time you actually did go in and check your inventory and actually check and make sure that your inventory is correct? You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all may say, I done it this weekend. Awesome if you did. Maybe it's been a month or 2 months, and you've added some stuff in there, and maybe you actually just forgot to write a couple of things down. So exactly, Wendy S. If you only focus on the bad or negative things, it will drive all of us back crap crazy. Exactly. Had enough of these days. And we have, man. I mean, they have tried to destroy us over the last year, man. They have tried to destroy us, and we have got to figure out how to stay positive. And
Like
and it's
instead of
all about preparing your mind. Go ahead, Ghost.
like instead of looking at everything that happened last year and everybody was depressed and stuck at home with nothing to do, and you know how about, here's a novel idea. How about look at it like the government basically subsidized your test run for SHTF. I mean, the old men were mailing checks out every month or so, and I mean, it was basically a test drive. So, I was taking advantage of that. I was learning things and doing things and testing things out and making sure that if it didn't lift, I was going to be ready for it. I'm not going to get depressed about something that I have no control over. That's just a waste of time.
Right on. Well, and seeing like Moonlight Gypsy, see, boy, the thing is jumping. Um, I do need to tweak some things, and I've learned that from everyone here, and seeing that's what's so awesome about this community, and spreading this knowledge, and that's why I've even started digging deeper into how to help one another, and to try to how to further every one of us, because man, like I said, I've gotten to know a lot of y'all, man, and I don't want to see anything. Um, I don't want to see anything happen to anyone. I want everybody to be as most prepared as you can be. You know, so what I was getting at a minute ago. Hey, Appalachian Prepper, how's it going? What I was getting at a while ago was, one of the things about, when you start to feel them negative vibes, man, when you start to get caught up in a lot of this stuff, you want to submerge yourself in something that brings you joy, man. Maybe it's gardening. Go out there and just say, you know what? All that stuff that's going on over there, all that doom and gloom, it's starting to get me down. And you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go out here and I'm gonna uplift myself by I'm gonna work my garden for a little while, and you'll get and submerge yourself in your garden, man, and start thinking about these things, and how wonderful it is to sit there and watch food grow right in front of you, you know, and it'll take your mind off that doom and gloom, you know, and at the end of the day, once you get through working that garden all day and you've been out there and you you know plant some flowers. Exactly, kicking at Homestead, I plant flowers around here. I love flowers, I ain't gonna lie to you. I Man, they're beautiful. How can you not like flowers, and go out there and work your gardens and stay submersed in all this stuff. And I'll tell you what happens, man, is that um at the end of the day, man, where'd that go? There it goes. At the end of the day, guess what? You'll be too dang tired to get involved in the doom and gloom. You'll start to look at that stuff and you're like, man, I'm really too tired to deal with that crap. And it just helped your day out, man. You're so much better off now. You know what I mean? For for doing that, because you didn't fall into the doom and gloom, and in fact you went out there and in fact you went out there and my dang phone is going off. I'm in the middle of a I'm out. I'm in the middle of a stream. No, I love everybody, man. I really do. So, you know, yeah, man, when you submerge yourself into this stuff and man, you'll really get into your gardening. You'll get into your crossword puzzles. You'll get into, you know, checking out your preps and stuff like that. You know, maybe you just need to go out and take that moment when you're actually sitting there and you're saying, seeing this doom and gloom, and you want to get away from that. Maybe that's the moment when you need to take that ferro rod that you got and you never tried out before and just go out in your backyard and scratch up some dead grass and practice with your ferro rod. You know what I'm saying? Learn how to build a fire. You know, maybe it's something as simple as that, but you know, there is so much for us to do as preppers that it's just overwhelming almost. You know, so getting caught up in the doom and gloom takes away from your ability to prep properly. You got something, Ghost? You kind of leaning up there.
I'm just responding to the chat while you're talking.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
So
I mean,
go ahead.
one of the best things you can possibly do to get your head right, and I suggest you do it at least 2 or 3 times a week, if not every day, is to just go walk up and down the street. You know, when especially if you're especially if you live around people or close enough, you know, to see other houses and other people, because you can look out your window right now if you live in an area that's populated at all, and you can think back 16 months ago when you would see people outside grilling, playing in the yard, riding bicycles, walking up and down the street, and now people are just paranoid. They don't want to wave to their neighbors. They don't want to talk to anybody. Just go walk down the street. Just go walk and let other people see that there's movement going on around the neighborhood. And guess what? Then they're going to come outside and go walking. You know, they can do whatever they want to outside of my bubble, but inside my bubble, everything's just, it's peaches and cream until I'm told otherwise. You know what I mean? Why would I worry
Right.
about a big old rock falling out of the sky hitting me on the head? If they know it's going to hit me on the head, I don't want to know. You know what I mean? I don't need to know. There's nothing I can do about it. Let it
Right
be a
on. Right. I mean, that's and how, you know, I've made videos about that, you know, about man, get outside, you know, go take a walk. You know, there's you know, the cool thing is, Ghost, is like all these cities that we live in and stuff, you know, are around, you know, where you live and stuff, people that do live in the cities, man, you got city parks and a lot of them have these little walking trails, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And even if your particular city doesn't have a walking trail per se, I bet you can look up on the internet, and I bet you can look up and say, you know, type in something like hiking trails in your area, things like that, and you can find these hiking trails, man, and they have different ones. They have different levels, you know, and it tells all about it in there, man. The level of difficulty, you know, how long it is, about, oh, thank you, Prep, for it. You're so awesome. You're a sweetheart. I do love, thank you so much. You know, so, I gotta go take care of some stuff. That's cool, Lake Fairy. Thank you so much for to you and Bigfoot for what y'all have done and for being such great friends. Lake Fairy, you go take care of business. You know, that's what it's about. Sometimes we, you know, we got business we got to handle, you know, and so, you know, but these nature trails are out there, man, and you want to talk about a relaxing freaking time, man. You know, going out there and listening to the birds sing, man, and just walking around, and you know, if the trail tells you, you know, it's usually a 2 hour hike, take 3 hours. You know, if you need to, it's okay. You know, you don't have to complete the trail in 2 hours. Take 2 hours. Take an extra hour and you know, sit down. You know, take you a little small sandwich or something. You know, and find you a good spot throughout that trail and sit down and just listen to nature and have you a bite to eat. You know, dude, I'm telling you, it's so freaking relaxing, man,
Oh
to
yeah.
get away from this doom and gloom.
Yeah, I was on the stream last night. I went hot at 8:00 p.m. last night doing the Canon, and then I left off of that one, and then I got on with Prep for It. She went live for a little while, and next thing I know, it's and then it was time to feed Buddy at 7 a.m. and I was outside feeding him, playing with the rabbits, and messing in the garden. Next thing I know, it's 10 o'clock this morning. But it was a beautiful morning.
I talk to the birds, laugh out loud. I can call them up and converse with them. My pa taught me. I do that about every day. It's nice to sit out and enjoy nature. Exactly, man. I'll tell you, I have a mockingbird that he hangs around here. This is his little area. And about 3 o'clock in the morning, during the spring and summertime, this mockingbird lands on my telephone pole out here. It's my power pole for my shop. This mockingbird lands out there, and if I'm just sitting in here listening to some music or something, you know, or whatever, I'll get up and I'll go out there and sit on the carport and just listen to him. He just sits out there and sings, man, and and everything's real quiet because it's like 3 o'clock in the morning, man. Nobody but the crazy folks are awake, you know, like us. And so you get out there, man, and it's like, you know, you're listening to this bird, and he's just singing away, man. And you know, sometimes I sit and I, oh my gosh, Buzz it. Sometimes, you know, I'll get out there and I'll start to listen to this bird, and you know what I think, Ghost? I'll sit and I'll think, you know, here's the funny thing about this. All this crap going on that I get. Oh, Ohio, thank you so much. Thank you, Ohio, man. I sure do appreciate it. I really do. I'm telling you, guys and gals, I appreciate this so much. I really do. But you know, one of the things that you start to, you know, I listen to this bird sing, seriously, and I start to think to myself, you know what, man, all this craziness going on around, and listen to the bird sing. The bird is happy. He's singing. He don't know about all this craziness going on. You know why? Because he's a bird. He don't care. He don't care about all this craziness. And I hey, Sunflower Prepper, how's it going? So that's what I sit and I listen to that mockingbird, and I sit and I think about that, you know. How easy is it to be happy? You know what I mean? Is to not get caught up in the doom and gloom, and understand that even these animals, you know, look at all the things that has happened throughout time with the animals and stuff, man. And you know, think about all this stuff that's going on, and the animals live their daily lives, man. We can learn so much from the animals. It's just going about your daily life. You know, there are animals out there that have predators just like we do, you know. But you can still go on about your daily life, man. The animals can't stop, or they don't, you know, they don't eat, they don't survive. Just like we can't. We can't stop. We got to keep going.
Keep going. I'll be right back.
All right. So you got to keep going, man. So how do you keep going? You know what I mean? You be happy. You take them negative thoughts away from you, man. Chase them away, and start to move into the happiness. You know, again, like I said, man, you can go on these hiking trails and things like that. You can just simply, a lot of you can go sit right in your backyard and just listen to nature. Do it at, you know, in the evening when it's nice and cool and the sun is setting, man, and listen to the whippoorwills. You know, listen to these birds and listen to these animals, man. It's really good for the mind, man. You know, and so one of the things I wanted to bring up too is one way I believe you can keep up with what's important to you news wise. This is what I do. um, Thank you, Harvest. Mary, dang it. Well, this chat is jumping. Thank you, Harvest Mary Moon. I thank you so much. So one of the ways that I really believe this is what I do so that I can keep up with the news, because there is news out there that's important to us, right? I mean, seriously, you know. So um, is without all the lights and the smoke and mirrors, the doom and gloom that the radio station or the news station puts on, you know, and all that, you know, the catastrophe, you know, the panic stricken news media. Is that, I mean, pretty much, does that describe them pretty close? All right. So one of the ways is you can get, you know, everybody's got these smartphones, man. You can get these news apps and stuff on there. And so, you know, there's a big difference in being watching news and actually reading news. And I'm gonna give you a couple examples of this. All right. So let's say you turn on the TV and you turn on the news station, right? This is what you see. Man, there was this big hack in the pipeline, and man, you know, I mean, we're not sure how long it's going to be. I mean, we could go months without gas. I mean, you know, are they going to pay the ransom? You know, I mean, they just start going on and on, and man, you get caught up in this, man, because it's all smoke and mirrors, man. It's all that excitement and whoa, the boogeyman is coming to get you, right? You know what I'm saying? I mean, really, you know, that's the way it is. So you get caught up in that, man, and you're just all freaked out because, you know, it's excitable. Okay. Now, I'm going to give you an example of reading a news app. You get on there and you look at it and you go, oh, gas pipeline shortage. And you look at it and you go, oh, wow. You know, and you start to read it a little bit. And you're reading it in your mind, you know, and if you're like me, you're kind of a slow reader, you know, you're like, you know, I mean, I'm not that bad, but you know what I mean? So you're just kind of like, yeah, you know, you're looking and you're going through there and you know, and you read and you say, okay, there's going to be a gas shortage. Okay. How long, you know, so then you start, you know, you just kind of look. Exactly. G2, mainstream media, man, it's direct fear porn, man. So when you move to the whole thing of your app, for instance, your news feeds, man, you can dig through that stuff and you go, okay, this news feed here, I'm not reading this crap, you know, because they start out with doom and gloom. I ain't reading that crap. And you look through it and you can dig through it a little bit and you can find a good article that tells you a little bit about what's going on with the pipeline and, you know, about what they're speculating with gas, you know, and then, you know, you switch to the next news stream. You just keep looking through your app and you're looking and you're like, oh, you know, here's a power outage that happened in, you know, my particular area, and it happened to be with natural gas. You know, man, there's going to be a little shortage of natural gas here. Oh, okay, I've got natural gas. I need to check that out. You know, I need to dig into that a little bit. You know, so you avoid all that doom and gloom that way, because it's you know, when you turn it on the TV, it's actually all that smoke and mirrors and all that, you know, that sensationalism. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Go.
Yep. That's why I stay away from it. Mine ain't plugged up. I don't do the TV. I don't do the. I'll gather intel, and it always tells me the same thing. Everything's messed up. Don't look. So I just don't. It's not in my circle, so I'm not worrying about it. I'll deal with it when it comes here.
Right.
Yeah. Why am I gonna waste my time?
So yeah. So Fuzzit, I wasn't talking about carrying a phone into the woods. I'm just, you know, no, when you go in the woods, man, I mean, you might want to carry your phone with you in case you, man, something could happen. You fall, hurt yourself, you know, and you might need to, you know, you might need to make a phone call, you know, and help, you know, get some help coming, you know, if you do go by yourself or whatever. But no, I'm saying in general, you know, when you're doing these things on with when you're doing this thing with, you know, the news thing, is what I'm saying is that, you know, I'm just trying to give you an example of how you can do this calmly, you know, and hear the news. You can keep up with what's interesting to you, what may affect you, you know, one way or another, you know. So yeah, you can, you know, these news apps are a lot better than the sensationalism of a TV, you know. So, you know, that's one of the things that you want to do. Like I said, man, you can pick and choose what you listen to, because when you turn it on the TV, you're going to listen to what they want you to hear, and that's the whole point of it. You know, if you don't believe that it ain't sensationalism and that this stuff ain't already scripted for doom and gloom, go look up a few. There's some YouTube videos out there. Go look up some stuff about news media says same thing. I can't remember the exact title of the of this video of these videos, but there's several of them out there. And what they did was they took like 10, 12, 15 different news agencies, and they synced them all together. You know what I'm saying? On the video, and played them
Right.
all at one time, and every one of them read freaking word for word, man, word for freaking word.
Yeah, it's scripted.
So
They're reading off the script.
yes, they're reading off a script, and that's exactly right. You know, so you know, you want to avoid these things. Um, these that it's not good. It's scripted, man. They've got these sensationalism writers that go in there and they get breaking news, and they go in and they're like, they're real good at this stuff, man, and they start writing this all down, and they hit that fax machine, and then mass emails, and they copy it off, and then that's what the person you see on TV reads to you.
Yep. That's why I just don't. I have absolutely no trust in the media whatsoever, and I'm not even going to say mainstream. I'm saying media in general. It's all bought and paid for. It's all scripted. It's all, they have their own narrative.
Right.
They lead. I mean, all the mainstream media is a sheepdog. All they're doing is just herding the sheep in the direction that the boss wants it in. That's all they're doing. You know, I ain't no sheep. I'm hopping the fence. I'm doing my own thing. I ain't got no time for it. Ain't gonna do it.
Exactly, Northern Girls. Washing them brains right there. I mean, exactly. I mean, it's washing them brains, man. That's what it's designed to do, to get you caught up in that fear.
Yeah, I got no time for it. None.
So yeah, so you
I mean,
know,
think about it. I mean, look at how. I'm sorry. Look at how it does
no,
it on
go ahead.
YouTube. I mean, you can just scroll through any YouTube page and just flip through videos, and all you see is this nuclear explosions and end of the world pictures and all this doom and gloom, and you can't help but click on it to see what they're talking about. It just pulls you in. But if you see a picture of a tomato plant growing in a 5-gallon bucket, everybody skips over it. But if it's the world coming to an end, oh, I got to see this. I got to see this. That's completely backwards thinking.
Yeah.
That's the same thing the media does.
Absolutely. There ain't not a one of them news medias out there that ain't controlled, you know. And that's why the best way to get your news is to go ahead and, you know, get them couple of news apps on your phone. That way you can pick and choose what you read. You ain't got to listen to all the bull crap, you know, that, you know, because you may have to watch a dadgum hour of the news station before you actually get the news that you're wanting to hear. So
Yeah.
avoid all that crap. You know, you want to listen to an hour of sensationalism. You want to listen to, you know, you want to pick and choose what you read, what directly affects you, and the rest of it is a bunch of crap. I mean, I'm sorry, it is. It doesn't matter. It's the thing happening overseas. If there's not a toilet paper supply house that got bombed over there, and I'm gonna have a toilet paper shortage in my area, why does it matter what's going on over there? I need to focus on what's happening here. That's what's important. And what can affect us.
Yeah, and I'm not saying, not to care about other people and this and that and the other. I mean, if I had a family member that was over there or that was deployed there or was near the area, yeah, obviously I'd pay a little bit more attention, hoping for some information. But to sit here as a human being and think you're going to be worried and get stressed out about stuff that's going on around the globe. I mean, there's 8 billion people on this planet. You can't possibly care about every single person. Worry about your circle.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man.
If you,
Things like that, Buzz it. I mean, that's important to read. It really is.
if you've
You
been
know,
eating Taco Bell, if you've been eating Taco Bell, uh, yeah, that's only 4% beef in their beef. It's either 4 or 14. It ain't much, but the rest of it's just fillers, and they're not required by law to tell you what those fillers are. So I don't even know what's in the Taco Bell meat. I don't think. Pop it open, give it a shot. What you just said exactly why you and backwards have turned therapy.
thank you, Angela. That's
Awesome.
that's that's exactly what we want to do. That's what Ghost and I set back before we started doing this, and we talked about, man, we want to talk about prepping. And I've actually got a little something wrote down about that too.
Yep.
Ghost. Ghost and I, we, like I said, we went, and what we did was, we talked about, we want to talk about prepping. We don't want to do fear porn. We want to calm people down, and we want to teach people what we know, and then we learn so much from the chat, man. I mean, you guys are freaking awesome out there, and you know, how different, seriously, you know, of the different ways. How many different ways are there, really, in gardening and canning? I mean, there's some different things you can can and stuff. Um, you know what I'm getting at. I mean, we learn so much, man, from each other. And that's what Ghost and I wanted to do, was to bring a fact-based, calming channel out there, stream to y'all, and do it in a way that we're not spreading fear porn, man. I mean, I don't want y'all in fear, guys. Like I said in a video I made one time, I'm like, what do you got to fear? You're a prepper. That's what we do. We prep for them bad times, you know. So, I mean, even as much as Ghost is talking about all this canning, and showing these different ways, and gardening, and all this cool stuff, man, that we need to know, and think about, I did a video about, for especially for you women, back a while back, about, how to go to the grocery store without being in trouble, without something happening to you. You know what I'm saying? How you can use the services that they are offering now, where you can just type in what you want, and they'll deliver it. You can pull right up to the deal, and they'll deliver it right to your car at the front door. You don't even have to get out of your car. You can actually tell them, hey, I can't get out. Can you just put that in my trunk? They'll put it in the trunk for you, and you drive off. You never even have to get out of your car. So it's a safety issue, So these are the kind of things that, that we wanted to spread out there to you guys, you guys and gals, was to, you know, is to not be in fear. We don't want to spread fear porn, and I know there's actually some prepper YouTube channels out there that mix in fear porn with prepping to get you scared, and you know what I'm saying, and they try to scare you into prepping. That's not what we want to do. We don't want to scare nobody into anything. We want you to take it upon yourselves to look at all this knowledge that's being spread around this community, and look at the situations and why we should prep.
Yep.
Exactly. Know your surroundings. Keep your eyes off the cell phone, guys. When you're out there, there's so much to this, and yet it's really simple if you prepare your mind. I released that video this morning. I was actually going to release it tomorrow, but I was excited about that video because I wanted to show how, especially since I was going to do this show tonight on preparing your mind. I released that prepping. There's a few that are more fear porns than prepping. Exactly. There is. And they call themselves preppers, and all they do is talk about fear porn. So I wanted to release that video this morning before this live stream because I wanted to show y'all that, being prepared, when that windstorm came through, and dude, it literally blew my French door open, dude. I mean, it was, I don't know, it was flexing the house or something, dude. It was hitting hard, man. And it was crazy, man. And I was like, dude, I woke up and I was like, oh my gosh, dude, the house is coming down, because I could hear and feel that wind in the house, and I ran over there, put my body against the door, held it the best I could, and told my kids, hey man, cover your heads, because these are things that I've studied. I've prepared my mind for things like that, because again, bring in the snowpocalypse or the gas shortage. I live in an area to where we do get straight line winds and tornadoes. So I have studied and prepared myself for these situations. So power was out, no big deal. Went in there, got the candle box, lit up some candles. I've got some of them battery powered lanterns. They look just like a Coleman lantern. They're just battery powered. And before the storm hit, I went and got the box, and the battery powered lanterns, set them all in one spot where I know exactly where they were, checked them, made sure, to have one of them good lighters in there in the box of candles and all that. Kids are freaking out. Oh, gosh, everything, no power and all. I'm like, it's all good, and just calmly told them, we're fine. The house is still here. I was excitable. I understand, but it's over, and we're good, and that's part of preparing your mind to this kind of things, understanding your, the disasters that can happen in your climate.
Yep, it's true.
Did I slip?
I don't think so.
Oh, I know. I was just laughing that backwoods slipped.
Did you say one word? Did you say a bad word?
I don't know. The milkmaid, I didn't want to get my comment slapped by the Google overlords. I don't know what happened there.
Oh, yeah. Anyway. I forgot. We got to pull the milkmaid up on here so she can show us her beans. She's the only one who's, who didn't finish her beans last night. Milkmaid, did you video that, or you still got them sitting out? Because her canner takes forever to cool down, so she wasn't done before we ended the stream.
Yeah. Do you have her email? Can you send that to her, or do you want me to just stick the StreamYard link up for Milkmaid?
If she's got it.
Well, no, I don't have her email, so
No, I was just saying if she's yeah. I was just saying if she's got the stuff handy so she can show it to us.
They're sitting on the counter.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, just drop the link in there.
Okay.
For Milkmaid.
All right, I'm gonna drop the link, Milkmaid, for you, so you can come up and
beautiful bean footage.
Beautiful bean footage. We love it.
Zane, Ghost, could you do a teaching video like you did for canning on tying knots? I guess. I'd rather use Velcro. No, I'm just joking. It's been a long time since I tied knots, or a lot of different knots. But yeah, we could work that in.
Milkmaid, yeah, come on up. You ain't crashing nothing.
No, see that beautiful bean footage.
Yeah, let's see it. I'm excited about that. I pretty much went through all my notes and everything. Like I said, I did study really hard today on this stuff, and if a person or two wants to come up here, for a little bit and talk about some of the stuff we talked about tonight, or some of the things that you're doing in your prepping and stuff. I want to make sure that everybody understands. If you come up here, we're really trying to keep the stream from getting a strike or anything like that. So we're not doing a bunch of crazy stuff here. This is if y'all want to thank God, because wow. Yeah, so I mean, I put the stream link up there if some of y'all want to come up, a couple of you, and we, hey Milkmaid, how's it going?
Hey.
Are you ready to roll some of that beautiful bean footage?
Put her on full screen.
Yeah, you want to see them?
Yeah.
All right. Hang on. Let me see if I can do this with the pen.
Let me get you on full screen.
Oh
there
God,
we go.
don't make it big.
Oh, come on.
We can't see the beans if they're big.
Yeah.
All right.
We just
here's the beans.
Look at that.
Nice.
I haven't taken their rings off yet because it's not been 24 hours.
You're a stickler for the rules.
I mean, I probably could, but I woke up. I woke up like later, and it had been 8 hours since I stopped, and I still, like, when I took it off, there was a suction. I'm wondering about that. Like it was like it was sucking air back into the canner. Weird.
So your canner sealed as well. I guess it could do that. Yeah. It makes sense. It makes sense though, because it's pressurized. Your canner just pulled down on the weight. Yeah, so it makes sense. I can see why it would do that.
It threw me for a loop. I mean, it does it every time. I think my mouse toast might be right. I think I need to get it. Like, I need to contact them and figure out what's going on.
Yeah, because it took forever for it to cool down, didn't it?
Like, I mean, hours. And every time. Like, you saw me, like, tap the jiggler.
Yeah.
And there was noise.
Yeah.
And then when I took the jiggler off this morning, 8 hours later, mind you, there was a sucking sound.
Yeah. It built up a little bit it built up a vacuum inside when it cooled down.
Oh, okay. But I mean, yeah, they're all sealed, like, all good.
Awesome. You're good to go.
Look at this. Isn't that beautiful?
Ooh-wee.
No, I can't figure out cameras. Yeah?
Beautiful bean footage.
Anyhow, yeah, that's my beans. Whoopee.
Awesome. Thanks for showing us.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, because I mean, Well, you don't have to jump down unless you need to. I mean, we kind of covered everything, I think, pretty good, and we can just go on with the stream and for a little while, and I can post this link again if a person or two wants to come up and hang out for a little bit and talk about some stuff, prepping stuff, talk about maybe some of the things we talked about tonight. Maybe somebody got a cool new prep. I got a Berkey.
I'm so excited about that. Really excited about that.
Tell me this story. What happened? How'd you get a Berkey?
Well, all right. So I was actually talking to my brother-in-law yesterday while we were at lunch, and my wife and I was talking about, but anyway, I'd said something about wanting to get a Berkey, water filter deal, and my wife was like, you know what? I think your mom's got a Berkey, and she quit using it because it was too much, because she's so small. My mom is like, real small lady. I mean, like 5'4" and like 95 pounds soaking wet. So she's a very small lady, and so it was just real. What's the word? Cumbersome or what? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She just, she almost had to get on a step ladder to fill it up, things, whatever, because it's one of them plastic ones, the entry level or whatever,
Yeah.
but it's still got the two Berkey filters. It's just plastic. It's not the stainless. Well, anyway, she quit using it. And so my wife was like, well, let me text and see if she still got it. So she texted my mom, my mom's like, and my mom's like, yeah, I still got it. And so my wife said, well, can we buy it from you? Are you wanting to sell it or anything? And she goes, no, y'all can have it. And I was like, yes. So I've got to buy filters for it. I know they're kind of expensive, but that's okay. I've got a Berkey now. So, huh?
Where the filter?
When
they didn't have any. Go ahead.
What?
When we were looking at a Berkey to start with, right? Because I had been looking at these for years, and I was really surprised when my husband brought it up. And he was talking about the cost of, like, say, bottled water, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I look like a mess.
That's all right.
And we figured out that it was like a cent per gallon of water. So if you were to go out and buy a gallon of water, right, like at the Dollar Tree or something like that, it's $1, right? But
Right.
if you get a Berkey, it's a cent per gallon. That's it.
Yeah.
And not only that, but you can get like pond water, or you can go all
Swimming
crazy.
pool water. You can do anything in there pretty much except for salt water.
Right.
Right. But yeah, I mean, if you look at it in the long run, and not only that, but it'll filter out so many things that, I mean, my kids, they don't like anything but Berkey water at this point. Like, we have a cup, we share cups, but like we have a jar, and that's just what we use all the time. Kind of old school, but it's so good.
You ain't one of them old school mason jar girls, are you? I've got several of them in there.
Well,
I drink that.
so they all match, and if you break one, big deal, you get another one.
Right. And I mean, it's almost like it really should be against the law to drink sweet tea out of anything other than a mason jar. I mean, I'm just saying, sweet tea is supposed to be in a mason jar, man. I mean, it's just the way it is,
Well, and we buy peanut butter in those like little glass Smucker's jars, and they don't have as many annoying rings at the top. See, like a ghost.
Well, I've been wondering why my Pepsi tastes weird, and it's the real sugar, whatever.
Oh.
Now,
I'm
see,
like, this thing tastes weird.
You gotta wonder, is that the beet sugar or cane sugar? They never say.
Now, I know that Mountain Dew for a while was using, I think it was cane sugar. It said on there using pure cane sugar.
Just says
Moonchild.
sugar, doesn't say cane.
I gave up
I
soda
wonder
a
why it
long
tasted
time
different.
ago. Oops. Oh, sorry.
Opinions on what? I don't know what that is.
Seychelles? That... Elaborate, maybe?
Well, I'll tell you like this, since I don't know what it is. When you come to the channel, Ghost or mine, when we're up on here, we will look it up.
I'm looking it up. It's water filtration.
Okay.
Oh.
It's a filter made by, that's the name of the company, Seychelles. Seychelles.
Oh, okay.
Filtration
heard-
technology.
There's
I've never heard of it.
I can't remember its name.
Yeah, see, the thing about it is when you come to one of our live chats, we got a cool guest coming. Are you ready for this?
Berkey, because Berkey technically isn't a water filtration system, it's a water purification system.
I knew it.
Hey, Virginia.
Oh,
Hi.
Yeah.
I can't stay literally just like 30 seconds, but I wanted to show everybody I did 5 quarts of beans today because in my mind I had to do it all the way through without so many hiccups. So I was going to show you that, and then I do have to go. But they're still bubbling. So this camera is not that great. Sorry about that. But
so you did another load today?
I did. These are the quarts I did today. I did 5 quarts. You can see they're still bubbling.
Oh yeah.
Like, and
Bit
yep.
by the bug.
So that was how I made myself feel better for scaring everybody so bad. Is I did it again, and I did it much better and well. But I do have to go. Thanks a lot, and I'll be in the chat.
Okay.
I like her.
Yeah, she's true.
Oh yeah. I love all you guys, man. Y'all, especially you ladies, man. Y'all are so awesome. Y'all, I mean, y'all really are. Y'all make me smile. Let's see.
I gotta say, earlier, Backwoods, I'm milking the cow, right? And I'm listening, and I'm like looking over at the phone. My car broke. I had a crappy day, right?
Right.
And I'm late, and I wanted to see y'all. And I'm listening, and I'm looking over at the chat, and I'm seeing all the super chats coming in, and I freaking cried in my freaking cow stall. I was so happy. Like, it was ridiculous.
I was getting tears too.
I was mad because I can't super chat right now because of my Apple ID thing. Stupid phone.
But I mean, right? But no, I mean, it's cool. I'd never expected anybody. That's why I wasn't really prepped for it. I didn't come in here going, oh yeah, these people are gonna super chat me. You know, because I'm a humble kind of person, man. I really am. I don't, you know, there's times that I've made a video and then didn't even release it for a couple of days because I watched it 2 or 3 times and I was like, man, nobody wants to listen to what you got to say about that. You know, I mean, seriously, you know, because I'm just humble, you know, and I mean, it's really, it's just cool, you know. I mean, this community is so freaking awesome, man. I mean, I can't, I mean,
very loving.
Yeah, it's just blessed to be a part of it, you know, and I always wanted to be someone who was just a good friend to everybody, you know, and that's all I care, you know.
Yeah.
And I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm so grateful for the super chats. My gosh, you know, just crazy. I'm just crazy grateful, you know.
Lamb do super chat. That made me. You need it. Okay, you need a Cash App. Okay. Venmo or something silly like that, so we can just send it to you directly.
Well, see, and seeing that ought to tell you, I didn't even make any of that stuff because I'm like, I mean, I don't, you know,
yeah, that either.
Yeah.
You know, but I mean, I don't care to. I mean, if you know,
But do it, just for those who don't want to. I know there was somebody in the chat that wanted to send you some money, but they didn't want to use Google, and I understand that because honestly, I'm not a huge fan of the big G.
Yeah, I'm not either.
And they take their cut and all that stuff. So I mean, set it up just in case. I mean, you don't have to advertise it or anything. Just put in your about thing.
Right. I know, Rip Curl. Ain't there such beautiful ladies that hangs out in this community? Every one of them, man. I swear.
Dude, I'm sweaty and sunburnt at this point.
Whatever. You still got a smile that lights up the room. I mean, you always have. You do. I mean, that's. You got a smile that lights up the room. I mean, what more can you say about that? You know, we don't care if it's a sweaty smile. You got milking cows, for gosh sakes, you know. I mean, you know what I'm saying.
One of these days, I've recorded about 15 milking talks at this point and deleted them all. Because I was like, nobody wants to hear this. Nobody wants to hear milk squirting in a pail while I chatter about something stupid. Like,
shoot, you should put that up. For some people, it'll be, you know, normal everyday life, and some people it'll bring back memories, and some people may not have ever experienced that, and that would be really cool to. I think it would. I would watch it for sure. I mean, I've been there. I've learned. I learned how to milk a cow one time. You know, several times, multiple times. But yeah, I mean, yeah, it's. You know, it always made me nervous that the cow was going to step on me or get mad, you know, and be like, "Hey, leave me alone," you know.
You know, all those farming phrases, they kind of make sense once you actually farm, like kicking the bucket. Yeah, when they kick the bucket, you get pissed. Harvest. Yes.
See there?
Thanks.
See there? I told you people would watch it.
Half the time, all you see is the roof or the cow's butt.
Well, I mean, look, okay. However old y'all are out there, if y'all have never seen a cow's butt one time, I mean, come on, guys. You know, you just, I mean.
This brings back a prior conversation there, Backwoods, about cow tongues.
Oh, God. Golly, man, my chat is jumping hard. You know, it's waiting till it's like 2 or 3, and then it jumps, you know, and then it'll wait. I barely got in Rip Curls there. Rip Curl says he wants to milk a cow.
It's not that hard, but you actually do have to build up some arm muscles. Like in your wrist and stuff. You'll get what's it called? Shoot. Where your wrist messes up.
Carpal tunnel.
Sorry. Carpal tunnel, yes. Yeah, I had to do these stupid like little exercises with my hand halfway through the milking, which made me look like I was doing some kind of like ninja thing.
That's why I wanted to put that up. I thought that was funny. Stool time stories.
I sit on a milk crate that's turned upside down.
Matrix, come on now.
Matrix?
Yeah, this ain't a nasty show. Don't make my moderators get on to you. We appreciate you and everything, but my moderator, huh? Yeah, we got to behave. Yeah, there is a very cool place actually that you can go about midnight tonight. A very cool stream, and I will call him out. His name is Dangerous Freedom channel after dark. And it is a great show to go and let it loose. I mean, he has got the absolute move on that one.
Everybody gets a rent as long as you've been around for a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, boy, on the move of the fuckers. All right. Well, I was just saying. Yeah, see, the Redneck Prepper will get you too, boy. Redneck Prepper don't play. Good moderator. That's why I made Redneck Prepper a moderator. But yeah, okay, Matrix, that's cool. I remember. I actually seen that movie. I remember that. Now that you said that. But I'm just saying, yeah, there's a cool place you can go at midnight tonight, and boy, you can let it go. I mean,
I'll
but
catch them.
anyway, so yeah, the whole thing about I mean, milking, and just, if you like, went out there and talked about some thoughts, about something maybe you saw that happened or something that you did, and or whatever, I think it would be cool. It would show your true nature. You know what I mean? Of what you do every day.
Well, I mean, that was kind of my thought, because honestly, I'm not a fancy person. If people haven't figured that out by now. And I kind of like being genuine. There was a certain point that I just decided that it wasn't worth trying to be something that I wasn't, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, a lot of people in, like, say, the prepper community aren't necessarily in the homesteading part. And I just jumped to that to begin with.
Right.
Tell is what?
It's supposed to say. I think she's. B Charmin is trying to say, tell us what you do with the milk once you have it.
It depends on how lazy I am.
All right, Matrix, that's cool, man. I apologize. I didn't know where you were going with that. I just wanted to make sure. It's all good. It's all good, Matrix.
Yeah.
I promise. Everything's cool, man. We're calm, cool, and collected over here.
I'm trying different things with the milk. Like, I'm no master cheesemaker. I don't have a cheese press. I'm working on that. I want to build one. I have some, what are they called? Kefir grains that I'm going to use. Most of the time, I just jar it up, put it in the fridge, and then separate the cream. I'll make butter. I've made some mozzarella before. Yogurt, Greek yogurt. I've tried cream cheese. I failed miserably. I'll make buttermilk, and creme fraiche, which I didn't realize is kind of the same thing as sour cream, except when you put it in like a dish. Like, because I love cream, man. I am a whole fat, bring on the fat kind of girl. So creme fraiche though won't break when it gets hot, like sour cream will. Or cream will. So, I mean, and the way you make that, literally, is you put 2 tablespoons of buttermilk in your milk, and you set it on the counter for 24 hours. It's that easy.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of nuts. When you get into, like, the fermented milk stuff, it's so easy. It makes you just want to spit that you've paid so much at the store for things. Like, it's ridiculous.
Jeez, that's nuts. So you gonna do butter with us this weekend? You gonna make some ghee?
This weekend we have like a family get together, and it's our 20th anniversary. So
that's right. That's right. You were telling me that.
I thought it was last weekend because I'm that bad with dates. I'm the guy.
No problem.
I forget stuff.
No problemo. Well, Backwoods, I think I'm gonna drop off here for a little while. I gotta go take Buddy for a walk, get him something to eat, and get me something to eat. I'll rest for a little bit. I'm a little tired.
Yeah.
If you're still on for a little while, I might pop back in.
You're tired? You don't say.
I'm beat. I've only had like 3 hours sleep in the last 2 days.
Well, it's 9 o'clock. I know I got a lot of people in here. I mean, I don't know. Is there somebody else scheduled to come on? I don't want to.
I can go.
I have no idea who's on, but I'll check back in with you later if you're still on.
Okay, yeah, I may go ahead and I mean, it's up to everybody in the chat if y'all want to keep going for a little bit. But I'll see you, Ghost. Thank you so much, brother.
Yeah, anytime.
I know you need some rest, bro. He's been going so hard at it, hasn't he?
That's ridiculous.
But I mean,
Well,
if go ahead.
I can talk if you want. I'm a chick.
Sure.
You know, we've got our words that we got to get out. But
Right.
if you want to get going, I understand too.
I don't have anything. I was just trying to look over real quick and make sure that I didn't step on anybody. You know what I'm saying? I've been going for a couple hours. I mean, I'm fine. I do this most of the night. I mean, if that's what we need to do, it's not a problem. I've got a lot of, there's 72 people watching. I don't want to just cut them off, if they want to keep going.
Yeah.
But there's the stream link if some of y'all, somebody wants to join in and we can talk about some stuff.
Prepping your mind, especially when you didn't prep your mind for super chats. I'm telling you, last night I tried to make it a point. Or was it last night? I don't know.
Well, yeah, I mean, I mean, if you really, there was a channel that I started following years ago when I very first, cause see, I joined YouTube in like 2012, and I started looking up a little bit after that. I started looking up things, about, cause I don't know, it was even back then. I really thought that in my lifetime I was going to see some really bad stuff,
Yeah.
And I just really felt that way, and so
What year?
2012.
That's funny. It's the same year for us. And it was weird because both my husband and I, who have totally different kind of mindsets, at the same time, all of a sudden got this gut feeling.
Right.
Like things were going to get weird.
Right. I'm trying to look here, just make sure. Yeah, but Prep for It actually does have a good point.
What's that? I can't see the chat.
It says, oh, let me get it here. Where'd it go? There it goes. It's jumping around. It jumps around a lot.
Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe secure those super chats. That was way cool. Hey, by the way, now you can get a canner.
I know, and I can promise you, chat what?
Unless you have other things you need it for.
No, that's exactly, I want to do that, and then I can be joining y'all on some of these cannon parties, man. That would be freaking awesome. I was sitting there last night watching it, and I was like, man, come on. I wished I was cannon.
Just get a cheap one, like the Prestos. I mean, they still work, and those rubber seals will be good for a while. You can always buy extra ones online.
Right.
And then save up for the one that doesn't need seals.
Oh, girl, I kicked into high gear.
The kids set you into an interesting story. So my sister-in-law is of the same mindset. I think she kind of like picked up on it from us. And she had a friend at the beginning of last year who she started talking to, and that friend had a little girl, and she said, here's the thing, how would you feel if you could not feed your kid? And that clicked for her, and now she starts to put back food, and her kid has so many allergies, so it's like a very, very restricted, like in the hospital allergies.
Redneck Prepper wants to know how many cows you have.
Well, if we want to be technical, right now I have 1 cow and 1 bull, because you can't call a bull a cow. I used to have a herd of I had a South Pole herd of about 20, 21, if you're counting calves, and then I had a little Dexter herd of about, hold on, it's like 5 to 7. But we had some things happen. I had to get rid of all my cows. It broke my heart. I cried.
I'll tell you what. I mean, do you want to hang out for a while?
I can hang out for a while. I mean, if you want to. If you're done though, I'm okay with that too. Go lots of laundry to fold and stuff too.
Well, no, I mean, and I know that Prep for it is right. I mean, man, one bad thing could happen, and that's too cool because now I can actually get me a canner. I can a pressure canner.
That's like months worth of ads right now, right?
Yeah. Oh man.
Oh,
yeah.
We're gonna have to hit you up again. I'm gonna fix my freaking Apple ID, buddy. Not that I can make it rain again.
Yeah, I'm talking months of videos to even think about even coming close to anything that happened tonight. I'm talking months.
So thank you everybody. Oh my gosh.
Yes, thank y'all so much. I mean, I'm talking serious months of like probably 8 or 9 months worth of videos. Like seriously.
Seriously, that
yeah.
My heart did the Grinch thing, got 10 times bigger.
Me too. Y'all, I tell you what, I am going to go ahead and shut down this stream, and man, I again thank y'all from the bottom of my heart. I mean seriously, I'm not going to lie to y'all. I got tears in my eyes. I did, and I'm being honest. I like to be honest with everybody, and hey, Aussie Mom, what's going on?
Hey, Rebecca.
Great, another great person right there. And there's some of them Australian folks, man. They're just such great people. Golly.
You guys should check out her channel. She had a bunch of kangaroos in her backyard, little baby ones too.
Oh man, I've been so busy. I had a basically 6-hour drive yesterday and installed a new bathroom faucet and drain and supply lines for my mother and father-in-law. Man, we picked up some piles of grass out in their front yard and visited, and then it was a 3-hour drive there and a 3-hour drive back, so and then got back and had to do all my animals, chickens and the dogs and all that.
Yeah.
Moonchild, thank you so much. You guys are so awesome. But I'm gonna go ahead and shut down this stream. I may pop back on in a little bit. I'm gonna check out and make sure I don't step on people. I don't want to do that. Everybody deserves to get their knowledge out there. And, thank you so much, Milkmaid, for showing us the canning stuff, man. The beautiful bean footage, man. That is so awesome.
You're welcome. Oh, and hey, real quick. So yesterday when we were doing the canning thing, like 30 minutes into it, Native and Devout, his wife, Lady Rowan, did a video. And I haven't had a chance to see it yet, but it broke my heart that I missed that live. So maybe if anybody can check that out, that might be nice.
Yeah, I've seen that, and I like I said, I've been so busy. I hadn't had a chance to check it out. I wanted to see it too, and yeah, and I did just want to say real fast that to everybody that I was very serious. When I go to live streams, if anybody ever saw Native and Devout when we were doing the Constitution deal, I get very serious about doing this stuff. You see all this? This is all stuff on the Constitution, this is what I did today while I was sitting around. There is to do this live stream tonight, there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pages of notes of stuff that I get very serious about this stuff because I don't want to be that person that gets on here and goes, yeah, you should go over here and do this and do that and just do it like this. And then everybody's like, whoa, no, don't do that. What are you telling these people? Stop. No, I take this seriously, you know, because I truly, genuinely want to help people, you know, and get knowledge out there, you know, and I don't know everything. I'm not, you know, and I'm really bad that I can't, you know, just, I don't have one of them Rolodex memories, you know what I'm saying? So I really
Me
like,
either.
I really like legitimately sit out here today and in this shop building. I haven't got my air conditioner hooked up yet. I've got one and I've got it on one of them little red wagon carts, and I can actually raise my shop door and put, I've got a blanket that I put up, and it covers all the area, and then that air conditioner blows on me, but I haven't got all that stuff out and serviced the air conditioner and stuff yet. So I've got to do that. It was 86 degrees where I'm sitting today, and there's no air blowing. And I turned my little fan on, and it's freaking hot, man. And I was sweating out here. I was literally sweating out here while I was trying to look up this stuff, you know, because it was just steel in here, you know. So I do get serious about this though, you know, but I literally, I studied for a long time today, looking stuff up, and
You
you
did a
know,
great job. I really actually appreciated the information you put out, because and the concepts and the mindset and all of that. I know you got flustered with all this, the super chat love, which honestly was fun to watch.
well, yeah, no, I mean, yeah, it was hard to stay on topic for a little while, man, because I was just blown away, you know, and
I said I was crying in my stall.
you know, and yeah, and so, but you know, I did want to let everybody know I seriously do put a lot of effort into this. You know, I study and I take down notes, and I want to add value, you know, and because, you know, if I didn't really care about anybody, I wouldn't take time to do that, you know, but I really care about you guys today, you know, you guys, and I really care about y'all, and you know, I care about getting the knowledge out there. I want to see people, you know, it's really a mindset thing for me that I don't care how much preps you got. It doesn't matter if you've got 10 years of food and you've got ways to filter water for the next 20 years and all that good stuff. None of that matters if your mind is not prepared to take care of it. You know, if you're not prepared mentally, you know, and that's why I said at the very first of the stream tonight, you know, talking about it was, you know, the way that Ghost and I had answered that question that night when someone says, I want you to make content. Says Backwoods wants you to make. I do have content out there. I've got several videos actually. But yeah, and so, you know, that's the whole thing is, you know, our quick, hey, what's up, Hutch? We're just kind of getting ready to end the stream and just kind of talking about a few things right now, Hutch. We had huh?
Hutch is scared of geese.
I know, I saw that. I looked at it. That snake, man, yeah, the black snake I'm cool with, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, they do. But, man, I'm going to tell you what, I ran across a couple of copperheads Friday. I don't like them.
I killed them on site.
That's what we did. We got rid of them quick.
They don't need to breed. They can go extinct. I'll be okay with that.
Yeah, me too.
Peter can get pissed with me later.
But, you know, one of the things that Ghost and I had gotten asked a question a couple of weeks back, and it was like, what is the number one prep you think we should do? And of course, we were both water, you know. Well, I mean, you know, our first instinct was water, you know, water. And, you know, absolutely, water is the most important, really, behind prepping your mind. You know, And I just thought about that question for the last couple of weeks, really, and really got into it. And that's why I wanted to do the stream tonight on prepping your mind. And that's why I went and did the research, to find different ways and talk about the different aspects of what's going on and everything. And I thought to myself, me and Ghost were wrong. Prepping water is not the most important. Prepping your mind is the most important. And then after that is the water, the food, and so forth.
Yeah, because I mean, you can have all the resources in the world, but if you can't cope with what's going on, if you can't learn how to slow down and think, or think ahead when it's good, then you're a little bit screwed. I think that's actually kind of a big thing that most people overlook.
I agree 100%, man. I mean, it's, that was what I was getting at a minute ago, in 2012, and then around the 13 mark is when I found a channel called the Prepared Mind channel. And he just, huh?
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, John at the Prepared Mind. Great guy, man. He puts out a lot of freaking knowledge, and he does a lot of current events and stuff, and talking about what they're trying to do to us, things like that. But it was the one thing that really drew me to his channel right off the bat was the Prepared Mind, and I thought, man, that is a cool aspect of things, of preparing your mind. So, that's why a lot of videos, I try to do some videos of showing me working on the chicken pen, or here's my garden, or, whatever. But that's why I try to put out a lot of videos about talking about, simply talking about, different aspect of things, and sitting down and talking about don't give up, don't quit, here's ways to make yourself safer, and look up, don't look down, be happy, and understand you're a prepper, this is why we prep, for these disasters and stuff, and so it to me, it's a mental aspect.
So I'm trying to share information without sharing information.
Right.
But I have some people that I'm close to that have joined the military. Not my daughter. It's another person.
Right.
And this person I've known since, like they were in diapers. And this person grew up in a family that was kind of a rough and rowdy, boy family. And he went to boot camp recently, and he came out on top, right? And he's now in selection for SF. And one of the things that he was talking about, and this is maybe a little more prevalent now than it used to be in like old Army, probably like back when Ghost was there. Like now it's nothing like it was back then. But he talked about people having little heart syndrome. Like they could be given a task like a ruck march or something like that, and they crap out. And it's not because these people are not physically able. It's because they don't have, it's brain, heart, brain, whatever, but it's that fortitude, it's the tenacity, it's that ability to overcome what you think you can't overcome.
Right.
Physically and mentally. Definitely more mentally, I think. I think it's more mental than physical.
Right. And you're absolutely right. It is something that, you can convince yourself that you're sick. You can, and you will become sick. Your mind is very powerful. You can convince yourself that you can't do that. You can't do that particular thing, or not. There's no way I can do that. Well, that's not really true. You can put your mind to work in a way that gets you through a situation you never thought you could. you know, and it's all about the mental preparedness, you know.
Yeah.
So
And I mean that kind of ripples out from just even from a prepper mindset is like
mhm,
even everyday life and the things that people go through. Oftentimes you feel like it's kind of almost a form of victimization, but like you just can't cope, you know, with whatever it is, and then I don't even know how to explain it, but you have to kind of overcome it. You have to realize that you can actually get through it. Like people have gotten through some really hard things, and it has been really hard. And if you're going through something rough, somebody else out there has gone through it and probably worse, and you just have to kind of learn how to cope.
right.
I mean, maybe I'm just talking
That's
gibberish
right.
at this point, and you're wanting to end your live stream.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end this, and because one thing, my wife and kids have been gone since Friday, and they got home this evening, right like 30 minutes before I started my live stream, and
Oh, go be with them.
yeah, and well, I spent the day kind of with them yesterday, but really not because I was busy doing stuff for my in-laws, and so anyway, yeah, so I probably do need to go in there and spend a little time with them and everything, and I may come back out after a while, and who knows, you know, if some I may see what's going on, and you know, you never know about me these days. I might just pop a live stream just for the heck of it. Who knows?
I'll
But
probably be asleep.
right.
I'll catch
Well,
the replay if you do. Thank you for having me up.
hey, thank you for coming up, you know, and showing us them beans, man. That's freaking awesome. I can't wait to do this, to do the canning and stuff. And thank y'all, everybody that everybody that has watched, and you know, everybody that super chatted. Golly, thank y'all so much, so much. I mean, it really means a lot to me. That's freaking awesome. Thank y'all. I mean that to the bottom of my heart, and you know, thank you, DZD. Says Backwoods and Prepping, great show, brother. Thank you. And again, just like tonight's stream was about, and the thing that I keep saying, when you prepare your mind properly, everything will fall into place. And that's all we got tonight. Do you have anything you want to say real quick, Milkmaid?
Just thank you for a great stream, and I'll see
You're
y'all later. And I'll
All right.
pop off and actually hit hopefully the X mark red on the first time.
Okay. Yeah.
But
All right. Thank y'all, everybody. And y'all have a wonderful, blessed evening. And I hope y'all's week is full of blessings for y'all, seriously. And thank y'all so much. Thank y'all to the bottom of my heart. I love y'all. I do. And that's all I got. Backwoods out.